Hey guys, I'm Alistair. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to be reviewing Altra's FWD VIA 2. The FWD VIA 2 is Altra's latest max cushion running shoe, and this one really is going to favour comfort over speed. So think long mileage or just slower recovery jogs, those kind of training runs where you want to walk away from your run feeling like you haven't done a run. And they're actually really important in training blocks. You need to have a variety of types of different runs to be able to get better and faster. That includes speed, but also distance. If you caught my Experience Flow 2 review, well, you can think of the FWD VIA 2 as its bigger brother. It's kind of the max cushion daily trainer, whereas the Experience Flow 2 is the traditional daily trainer. So they do actually work well together. If you did enjoy that shoe, but you want more cushioning, a little bit of plushness, more protection underfoot for going longer, then the FWD VIA 2 should probably be on your radar. Okay, that's the background. Let's get into the key specifications. The FWD VIA 2 costs $165. I will let you know by the end of this review if I believe they're worth that price tag. They weigh 9.8 ounces or 278 grams, and that's for a size US men's 9, my pair. They have a drop of 4 millimeters from heel to toe. That's 37 millimeters under the heel and 33 millimeters under the toe. So classic Altra, you'll only find 4 millimeter drops or 0 drops from the range. And that's one of the standout or the key features of Altra. That's the reason people keep going back. Plus their wide toe boxes. The upper is using a really nice engineered mesh. It's very soft, and I like the fact that it has reinforced areas of tighter knit around the toe box area. And what that does is give the shoe more durability. So if you're one of those people out there who have big toes that stick up a little bit more than they should, or more than you might want them to, and they do rub on the upper and potentially causing holes in your shoes, well, with this one you probably won't find that. And the midsole is using the very well balanced Altra EGO P35 foam. So it's the first time you're seeing it on the FWD VIA series. It was also on the Experience Flow 2, and for me that was the star of the show. I love how balanced this foam is. It's very lightweight as well, but it gives it a nice amount of cushioning to response ratio. And when it comes to the outsole, there is a lot of coverage on there. It's not full coverage by any means, but the traction is excellent. It's very sticky, works well on wet sections of tarmac and asphalt, but also in the dry as well. And if you compare that to the Experience Flow 2, you can see what I mean when it comes to coverage. There's a lot more on the FWD VIA 2. And by the way, I will be drawing some comparisons to the Experience Flow 2 throughout this review because it is actually a very similar shoe. It just suits a different type of run and maybe a slightly faster pace range. So they do both fit very well into a rotation, which is why I want to draw comparisons between the two, because I know there are going to be a lot of people who might want both. Ooh, spendy. When it comes to sizing and fit, the Altra FWD VIA 2 does fit true to size when you follow US sizing, and it has a medium width. Of course, this is an Altra running shoe, so the toe box is really nice and wide. That basically allows temperature to regulate well within the shoe as much as it can, depending on the breathability of the upper, but most importantly, allows your toes to splay. And when your toes can splay, you can get as much power as possible from your toes, giving you much better biomechanics. It's much more natural when you're running. So that's one of the features people love about Altra, and I'm all for it. The upper also has plenty of padding in the tongue, the collars, and the heel counter. And that just makes it really comfortable to slip your foot into, and that extends to the run as well. It's very comfortable upper. One thing to note though is that the upper material or mesh isn't very breathable. Now that's okay because we are moving into winter months. So currently, well, we've just hit fall. So it is getting cooler if you're living in the Northern Hemisphere. So actually a shoe like this is probably what you're going to be after. It's going to keep your feet warmer. There's also a elasticated loop at the rear. That's really nice. I like the way the stretch in it helps you slip the shoe on. I do wish the loop was placed vertically instead of horizontally. I feel like that would just make it much easier to put your finger in and slip the shoe on. Very simple change, which hopefully Altra will implement in version 3. If you're enjoying this review so far, please give it a like. Really appreciate it when you guys do that. It makes me feel really warm and fuzzy inside. And make sure you comment on this video if you have experience with the FWD VIA 2 or maybe the previous version. Did you like it? Do you like this version? Maybe you've been running in it already. Maybe you are looking to buy it. I want to know why you're looking to buy it, but also just put all your experience for this shoe. It's really going to help my subscribers when they come to this video and they look at those comments section. It's going to help them decide whether or not the shoe is going to be best for them or not. The more information, the better. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. I always keep things genuine, honest, and as insightful as possible to help you decide whether or not the shoes I'm currently reviewing are going to be best for you and your needs. But if at any point you feel like I've missed something or you've got a question, drop it in the comments and I'll get back to you. I reply to everyone. And hit that notification bell. That's super important. That'll let you know as soon as new videos drop, so you don't miss the latest and greatest content from the running world. You've made it to my performance review. Thanks for sticking with me. That means you're a really dedicated follower and you're enjoying the content, I hope. I'm going to start with the ride and the performance in terms of speed or pace. This shoe is a very highly cushioned running shoe, but it's not plush, it's not so cushioned that you lose stability. And it does have a wide footprint underfoot, meaning you've got extra stability there as well. And you've also got these side walls in the midsole that rise higher than the bottom of your foot, cradling your foot within the shoe, locking it in, and stopping your foot from rolling around if you do over or under pronate. That's all great. It's really nice to have features like that. Even though this is a neutral running shoe, it does support stability. And that's what you want from a max cushion running shoe. You don't want to be wobbling around because then you might injure yourself. And you just want to have as comfortable a run as possible because you're likely going to be running long distances in a cushioned running shoe like this. Or you're going to be running at a slower pace where you might be more prone to wobble. So it's not the fastest running shoe out there. It's not supposed to be. This is a recovery shoe or a long distance max cushion running shoe for daily training. And that's what I love about it. It hits the mark perfectly. It does it really well. I love the Experience Flow 2 from Altra that I reviewed not too long ago. I love that as a more classical or traditional daily trainer with a very balanced midsole that kind of just works on lots of different runs pretty well. This one's more tailored to get more protection and cushioning out of your run. And it's really done that by changing the geometry of the midsole a little bit, but also putting more foam in the stack. And by the way, this one is using Altra EGO P35 foam, just the same as the Experience Flow does. So it feels very much similar, but just more cushioned and bouncy underfoot because of a higher stack. I love it. The transition from heel to toe landing feels really good, feels very natural because it does have a low drop, that 4mm drop. Makes things just feel more anatomically correct when you're running. But also if you do run on your forefoot, like I do, then it feels really good there too. And that's another thing I like about this shoe is the balance or the consistency of the cushioning and response all the way across the shoe. You get that because you don't have the high drop of some other shoes. And I love that. That just makes the ride feel more consistent. If you are running longer distances, maybe you start getting tired and you start losing form a little bit and you start landing more towards your heel, then you've got that consistent feel at the back as well. The outsole traction is actually really good on this one. There's plenty of rubber compound. It actually extrudes a long way past the exposed foam, so it's going to last a long time. That's going to make it more durable. When you do eventually start hitting this exposed foam, these are going to wear away much faster than a rubber compound. It's also not going to have as much traction. So the fact the rubber does extrude away from that quite a lot, it means it's going to last a lot longer than if it didn't. And lastly, the upper feels really, really nice. It just conforms very well to your feet. I love the fact there's a lot of padding in the tongue and the collars. And the heel lockdown is really good as well. It's very easy to get a nice secure fit without getting any lace bite from the laces on top of the tongue because it's so padded. The only thing I feel could be improved with the upper is the breathability. Now I know it is going to be more durable because you've got a tighter mesh, meaning there's less airflow coming in and out of the shoe. But personally, I find when you've got a wider toe box, you are going to be getting more friction as your toes splay and move on the insert or the footbed of the shoe. That means it's going to heat up more within the shoe, so I like to have a breathable shoe in that case. But unfortunately this doesn't have that. I know we're going into colder months, so maybe it doesn't matter. And then finally, because I forgot to mention it, here is the flex of the shoe for anyone interested. It has a really good flex all the way across the shoe. There's no plate in here, which is really nice. You're not fighting that for your training runs. You're getting all your propulsion and bounce from the midsole foam. But look, you get a nice amount of flex in the middle, all the way across the shoe. This thing is flexy as can be, and I really like that. That's going to make your feet do a lot of the work they were designed to do. You're not going to be forced into a particular way of running because your feet can flex the shoe really, really well. And if you're wondering what the pop is like on this, if I flex it, let go, this shoe pops. Now I didn't quite hit the ceiling, but I do have 16-foot ceilings in my home, so I'd probably need a plated shoe to do that. But my word, this one pops. I made it my final verdict. Is the Altra FWD VIA 2 worth $165? Well, yes, I believe it is. It's well priced for a maxed cushioned daily trainer like this. It's got a lot of protection, it's super comfortable, allows you to run long mileage and easy recovery runs just as well as each other, and it's actually pretty durable. The upper is crazy durable, but you do lack breathability there. And like I said, the rubber compound extrudes way past this exposed foam area, giving the shoe longevity on the outsole. So all in all, you get good value, you get a shoe that lasts and a shoe that does the job that it's intended to do really, really well. So you're looking for a max cushion daily trainer? This one's definitely up there with the best right now. But if you are wondering where this one has placed in my best max cushion daily trainers roundup, well, follow that link up there. That will take you to my roundup. That will show you all the best max cushion shoes right now, based on my opinions and my experience testing and running in them. And hopefully you'll be able to find the best one for you. But if you just want one, you're enjoying what you're hearing about this shoe, just go with this one. You're gonna love it. Well, that's it from me. Really hope you enjoyed this FWD VIA 2 review. If you did, remember to like the video. Just tap the like, very easy to do, means a lot to me. Comment on the video and subscribe to the channel for more shoe reviews just like this one. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. I'll see you on the next review. Peace.